when the open books idea came along in 2006, and I started really working on that. That was the first moment to say, this is what I have really had in my heart my whole life, and now I think I would like to do it. I would say 9 to 5, but it's really like 7 in the morning till 9 at night, every day, for as long as I can continue to work those kind of hours, because I think this is really the thing that I'm supposed to work on. Open Books is a nonprofit literacy organization headquartered in Chicago. We collect used books. We sell those in our 2 bookstores and online. We use that money to fund literacy programs, reading and writing, for about 5,000 students a year across the city. I like to read. That will not be a surprise to anybody. My parents were both teachers, and so many summers we would be out of the country. We lived in Denmark for several summers. We lived in Israel for several summers. I was the kind of kid who reads a lot and plays with my brother. I really cared a lot about working with words. So I wanted to be a copy editor from the time I was about 6, and I went off to college to become a copy editor many years later. Halfway through my first year of law school, the big legal publishing firm in Boston closed and moved to Minneapolis. So there I was in law school thinking I'm not really sure what comes next. And my brother said, I'm going to start a company. Do you want to work with me in my first startup? And I said, like when we were little and we would have companies and you would be CEO and I would be everything else? And he said, exactly like that. So we did. He was the CEO of our first company and I was everything else until we could hire some people. I decided that the really big challenge I wanted to devote myself to was something in the nonprofit sphere. And literacy was on the list because literacy has been sort of a thread throughout everything in my life. And when we say basic literacy, we are talking about beginning at the level of difficulty reading the label on a can of food, difficulty filling out a job application, difficulty deciphering a bus schedule. And one of the reasons that we've chosen to focus on children is, of course, those are the adults of tomorrow. The open books concept from the beginning was, let's have a used bookstore. If my cost for picking up a bag of books is a couple of dollars and I can sell each of those books for a couple of dollars, I have just made a profit on that particular bag of books and now I can make it work to scale. It was so hard to find the right space because we had a very specific set of needs. We were looking for a retail facility which could also have offices and classrooms, which was near public transportation, that was in a part of the city that students could access, that had ideally some processing space and a loading dock because the books had to come in and out. That was really the driving challenge for the first 3 years. I looked at envelope factories. I toured a not entirely cleared out funeral home that was on the market. True. And when we eventually did find the first open books location, it was a Wizard of Oz no place like home moment. Creative writing workshops is our largest program in terms of students served, about 4,000 a year. Those are 2-hour writing workshops for 3rd through 12th grades. And at the end of the session, those who choose to can share their work with the class.
The heater turned on and the water
They then each go into our bookstore and choose a book to take home. And then a few weeks later, they get a published bound anthology of all the writing that the class did. Is it a whole bunch of Portuguese stuff or just that one?
Oh, just this one.
Cool. We now have 18 people on staff, 500 volunteers a year. Every single one of those people is here because they care deeply about the mission. And so my job as founder is going to be to support all of that. We are all heading for the same ideal vision, which is turn Chicago into 100% literate city. We all want to be a part of that.